disappeared.
Hello, I am
This-
Nick. Welcome to the Raise the Flag podcast.
This is why we're going to get 3 views on YouTube.
Yes, exactly. Everybody wants to see an up-close, personal look at my Ginzo nose. So anyway, hi everyone.
And your cleanly shaven face.
Yeah.
Not really cleanly shaven,
Well,
but
this
a lot
is
different than what it was.
Yeah, well, I do admit it was looking a little crazy, but, it's also fucking 0 degrees outside, so...
Yeah, well,
I
you're the one
appreciate it.
stirring the pot on the internet, my guy. I'm just trying to hold you accountable.
Listen,
and then you're going out there saying some unknown person. I am the known person.
Oh,
Like, everybody knew I was the person.
Of course everybody knew you were the person, but, marketing and shit, I don't know.
And then I put Suck It Up, and they're like, is this Heather?
Yeah, like Tom hacked your account.
We're just trying to make sure you're accountable for what you're saying you're going to do and not do, Nick.
Well, it happened. It's done. My face is cold. I don't know.
Good.
Whatever.
And I hope you feel accountable.
Yeah, okay. I'm very accountable. My accountability is level 10 right now.
Welcome to Raise the Flag podcast.
Yeah. Anyway, here we are doing our weekly bit of banter and stupidity, and we're going to actually teach you something relevant about life. I don't know.
And this week it's just us.
It's just us. So you guys are going to get an extra dose of stupid. I don't know. But hey, let's start with Heather. Heather, what do you got going on in your world and life?
Okay, so in my world and life, I celebrated my birthday. The kids brought over a Switch, and we played this game where we had to do dance moves and quick draw and all these weird random acts, and it was really fun. We had a really good time. We were laughing pretty hard. I've got a pretty quick draw. I was 5 seconds or 0.5 seconds. I don't know. I didn't lose every round, and that's really what's important, right? I did
Reaction
shoot the dirt, and I did shoot over people's heads, but it is a remote, so it was a little weird.
It sounds like New Jersey hunting season.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Things get a little western out there.
No, so you wear lots of orange and nothing that looks like antlers, right?
Yeah, don't shoot the orange deer. That's what I have to remind people.
Our dog is deer colored, so when it's hunting season, we put her in an orange vest when we go in the woods.
Same.
Yeah, because, we just don't want to worry about it.
Because somehow somebody's going to mistake Penny Lou of all 12 pounds for a white-tailed deer and shoot at it, but,
Well, Scout's got a little white tail, and she is 60 pounds, so she could be a small deer. She's a big girl, so... otherwise, I just want to give a quick shout out to Kenny. I guess Kenny listens to all our podcasts. So Kenny, thank you for being a good listener. This week,
yes,
I have just released, and they're on the website now, a whole bunch of really cool new products with the vintage wool, some Pendleton wool. So I just finally got those listed yesterday. So that's exciting. So people want to see some cool wax cammets and vintage wool stuff. We've got that on the website. Otherwise, that's all that's going on with me, just working. Oh, I made a shovel cover for the titanium shovel for one of our customers. So now I'm going to make more for Pete. So I'm excited about that.
Who can say the name of his company, right?
It's Brodigan Expedition.
Broadicum or Broadington?
Hey, I tried, and why'd you have to question me? Couldn't we just?
I thought it was Broadington.
It's BRAUTIGAM. Is that right?
I don't know. I call
hopefully
it
he doesn't
BEW.
listen.
I think that's why it is BEW.
Yeah, I go with BEW. Listen, but guys, regardless of whether you can say the name of his company or not, he makes the coolest gear. Literally the coolest shit. The shovel thing is really cool. The saws are freaking awesome. Titanium. Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah,
so good.
It's so freaking cool. There's zero flex to it, and for the price of it compared to an Agua or something, it's I would say it's probably double the price, but it is well over double the quality as Agua. It is simple, it is lightweight, and it is just built better than that thing. There's no flimsiness, there's no rattling around, and even with the Agua, it's got those stupid little washers that you need. So you have this one tiny little washer that will hold the blade in. If you lose it, you're fucked. And we actually, at our last campsite, we found somebody's washer to their saw. We're like, oh, somebody's going to have a hard time next time they take this thing out. Sucks to be you. But this thing, it has these braces that you bolt to the side of the blades. So it just literally pops in and there's no moving parts that will go disappearing on you. I'm stoked about the thing. I haven't used it, but I'm going to at some point, I think.
It's very exciting. It's really cool.
The shovel's being sent to me now, so I'm excited to get the shovel in my hands. And so
sweet.
Yeah.
What are you going to do? Hit stuff with it?
Now I'm going to use it for a template.
Come on, you got to beat it up a little bit.
She's gonna beat Todd with a titanium shovel.
Todd would probably do some kind of like expedition with that thing.
Yeah, I don't like to shovel. I mean, seriously, who likes to shovel?
Nobody likes it, but that's why you get a titanium shovel. At least you're doing it with a cool ass shovel.
Yeah, okay, all right.
So at least,
well, I'll make sure to take a cool ass picture with the shovel, and then I'll share it on the internet. So yeah,
that would work too.
Go. Yeah, okay.
You could use it to scoop up rocks to pour into your.
My there you go. I love it. That sounds like the next video.
Now you all owe us $2.50 for that ad read.
That's right. For our tens and tens of listeners / watchers.
It's not ad read. He just makes really cool stuff and super nice guy. I'm glad to hear his thumb is still attached to him too, because he does all this stuff himself. And you got to be very careful with power tools. That's why he was in one, like a brace or whatever for his thumb at Georgia Bushcraft. And he's doing better now though, which is good to hear.
Yeah,
he can count to 10, I think.
That's always positive. All right. Well, Heather told us about her life. So Tom, tell me about your life.
It's been going.
It's like probably the least grumpiest thing Tom has ever said. It's not terrible.
It's a lot. It's a lot. There's been a lot going on this week. It's been quite difficult. It's just growth is difficult. And growth is scary, especially when you're talking about sending out large sums of money and things hopefully getting done on time, so then you can make money after you sent out all the money, and things that keep you up at 1 a.m. Like the other day, I woke up at 1 o'clock in the morning and just couldn't go to bed. And I'm like, okay, cool. I guess I'm just awake now. I guess I'll start my day at 1 o'clock in the morning, which is not neat. But, it's difficult. So I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It's not great. But things are still moving. Things are still selling. It's just like, how do you keep up with all of it, And there's only finite amount of cash. Because normally my solution is throw money at it.
Throw too much money?
You can only throw as much money as you got. Because that's the thing is, like, even with sales increasing and everything like that, it doesn't necessarily mean I'm just like swimming in a bathtub of $2 coins. I wish that would be cool, but that's not the case, because everything gets reinvested back into the business. So that's how the drops get bigger and bigger and bigger. But I'm working with hopefully soon, actually, trying to iron things out with a new manufacturer for some of the blanks, just to make things the quality and speed that I want. Because that's where it's difficult. I can get things done real fast, but then you run into issues and setbacks. But it's like, I'd rather take a little bit more time, spend a little bit more money, and then get a better end product at the end of the day. And that's not all to say I can't also still do everything handmade. It's just that there's a reason why most other companies, at least knife companies, either do production stuff or handmade stuff, and not both. Because
wait. So you're saying that Tom chose to do things the difficult way? I can't believe that. I hardly believe that.
But it's more difficult, but it's also sustainable. Because I know guys that do production stuff, and they have to front load so much money up front. And then they're waiting for everything, just like twiddling their thumbs, like, shit, I hope this all works out. You hope it comes in right, and then you make money. And then you do it all over again. Where at least, like, I have the ability to make my own stuff and then still keep, like, the bills paid, like the mortgage and healthcare and everything else, get that thing covered, and do, like, fun custom stuff. But I'm really also trying to push this production stuff, get it out there a bit more, because that's the only way to really grow the way I'm at, unless I start hiring like a bunch of people, but that's not going to happen anytime soon either. So at least that's not the path I want to take. Like how LT does it, where he's got an assembly line of humans. That takes a long time to train those people.
That's a well-oiled machine.
But it's a huge time investment to do something like that, the way LT does it. It's a time investment on staffing. I don't think he has a high turnaround. I'm pretty sure it's the same people that are always there, which is great for him. But man, that's a lot of work to get people up to that. Even like me having to, if I had to teach somebody how to sharpen knives up to my standard, that would take a long time, let alone them making everything themselves. So, that's why one of LT's knives is sitting on my desk, because I look up to what he does. But man, that's a pain in the ass to do. And I don't know, we're figuring it out. We're still afloat. I'm still selling knives. The bills are still paid. So that's all I have to really worry about.
That's the good stuff.
You're moving in the right direction.
There's a couple potential solutions to your problem. Number one is if you want to train people, you need to get Heather over there so she can hit them with the shovel when they fuck up. That's number one. Number two, I think methamphetamines will solve a lot of your problems because you don't need to worry about sleeping. You need to be productive like 21 hours a day, 22 hours a day,
Yep.
and just keep making knives. So that's a potential possibility.
There's an issue with longevity there, but
Well,
yes.
yeah, but like, who cares about that?
Once you're
Just make
dead, you
knives.
don't need to have money.
Yeah,
That's fair.
the faster you kick it, the more my prototypes and stuff are going to raise in value. So
Oh,
It
yeah.
was all about you, Nick. I see where this
no,
went. He was like, I just want
no,
my stuff to be more valuable.
no, I'm just kidding. We don't want Tom to die. And
No, no,
Not
we
yet.
don't.
Not yet, at
not
least.
yet,
I
not
got a
yet. I
couple
mean,
more years.
we're all going to kick it eventually, but
He's irreplaceable, even if he is an acquired taste.
Yes, definitely acquired taste. But yeah, things are good. And no, I don't want people to think like, oh, Nuge is just bitching. I'm not bitching. It's just that like this is part of the business side that you don't really see. And also too, not for nothing, I can't stand all the it's always the classic like everything's fucking great. And it's like selling points that people do on social media and whatnot. And I don't know. That's just not my style. And I think I don't know. Some people I think appreciate it where it's
Are
like
you calling me
no,
Tom?
no, because Heather, you actually are this happy all the time. That's different, though.
I was like, I feel like you're coming after me.
No, but there's the people, and people all know who they are. When their cameras in their face are like, "Well, hi guys," and then it's like they're motherfucking people behind their backs. Like Ellen is a case of something like that, where she's like all happy-go-lucky, and then she's apparently a tyrant to everybody who works for her. People are over that kind of stuff. They rather hear the truth than just all the fun, lovey joy all the time.
Yeah, people don't like bullshit.
No.
Unless they're a bullshitter, and then they don't mind it at all.
No, then because they're swimming shit. I don't.
Keeping it real on the Raise the Flag podcast.
Hey, listen, that's what it's all about. We talk about that all the time, guys. Authenticity is the key. Is the key.
Yeah.
People want the real, and that's what we give them, and that's why here at Raise the Flag podcast, you get us as we are. Tired, bushy beard, or no bushy beard, because I don't have it anymore.
And a little abrasive.
A little abrasive.
Just a little bit.
Just a little.
Nick, what are you up to?
Well, besides having two different beverages today,
I see you.
I have my hydration and I have my coffee. I have just been slogging away over at Off Grid, just editing articles and trying to get them all up on the web. We have issue 66 is coming out probably a week or two at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So we hit newsstands really, really soon, and I encourage you all to go pick it up because it's got my first print article ever.
What article is it? 66?
66, issue 66.
Well, that's fitting for Star Wars nerds
yes,
out there.
Order 66, yeah.
Are you going to terminate everybody? That's a deep cut for you nerds out there.
Yeah,
I have no idea what you two are talking about. Obviously, I'm not the appropriate nerd. What? 66? I know 666 is supposed to be the devil.
You could
don't go down the road. The people that know. I'm okay not knowing.
I'll explain it to you, Heather, because I think you should know. So in episode 3, when Emperor Palpatine,
which is episode 6,
because it was made, it was the sixth episode, it was the sixth movie made, but it's the third in the process.
I understand how the series was put out.
Cool.
Yeah.
So Order 66 was the order that the Emperor put out to have all the Jedi killed. So
yes, and then all at the same time, simultaneously, all the clones turned on the Jedis and killed all the Jedi.
Yep.
Well, the majority of them. There's still a couple.
I don't think I watched episode 6.
I don't think you missed much.
Yeah, the originals and then the first one. I didn't.
Out of all of them, I'd say that was the best out of the first 3.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Just listen, 4 or 5, the originals. Just watch the originals. And Rogue One was really good. And then other than that, you can kind of just forget about every other.
We might have just started a war with those comments, you guys.
Good.
Oh, brilliant!
Like I'm a nerd, but like some of you guys are too nerdy.
Yeah. The new ones, 7, 8, 9, trash.
Those are nobody's gonna argue
7, 8,
those
9?
are good.
Yeah, 7, 8, 9. It's just like Disney took over and was like, oh, let's fucking kill Han Solo. That's a great idea. Dumb.
Yes. And
Let's
all of
kill
our main
Princess Leia.
characters
Dumb.
have zero training, but somehow are fighting fucking Sith Lords and winning. You're
Yeah,
like,
yeah, okay,
what?
okay, sure,
Like,
sure.
where's the arc of the character
And then
going
in
here?
and I think it was
You just
episode
were
9.
born the best ever. Got
Yeah.
it.
Oh, it was
Yes.
terrible.
Something to aspire to be like. Great. Yes, if
I
you're
just
just born
activated
perfect.
the nerd button, didn't I?
Seriously.
Stop.
And then, no. I got one more thing I got to say, and then we can move on with our lives. But
Okay.
seriously, like, the entire thing, the entirety of Star Wars is all about like Luke Skywalker, right, coming into his own and becoming a Jedi Master and everything. And then Episode 9 happens, and he gets tired and he dies.
Yeah.
He dies of being tired. It's dumb. It's so dumb.
But the whole thing is like there's nothing compelling to the story when the person just starts perfect and everything's great. Like Luke started as a farm boy and had to become a Jedi. There's something that people could actually aspire to. Is like, oh, if you work really hard and even though you do have setbacks, you keep push forward. Or in the new episodes, you just have to be born perfect,
Yes.
and then everything works out for you. So if you're not born perfect, you're fucked.
Yeah, it's so.
That's the message I send out there. Thanks,
Terrible.
Disney.
Thanks, Disney. But you know what? But this is the problem when we have movies. Now we're going to go on a whole movie tangent. Sorry, guys. When you have movies that are really good and they're like, oh, let's make sequels, and it just stop. Like, tell the fucking story, and then let's move on with our life. And then I don't know, Hollywood maybe create an original idea, but they don't fucking do that anymore.
So, do you think that the new movies though caught a whole different crowd because they hadn't watched the originals? I mean, standalone, they still did well, right? And I don't mean that in a bad way. It's a huge generation difference between the different kinds of movies that came out.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
I think they got the entertainments and sales value and stuff like that, but like,
yeah, I mean, they got all the nerds like us who are going to go see them regardless of whether they sucked or not. But it doesn't mean that like
they still make money off of you whether you're
we
pissed
like
or
them.
not.
no,
I was
they're
like,
not though. Disney is hurting bad right now, and it's really just a thing too, just like being disconnected from your actual market of what they want, where they've been for years just putting out what they want to put out there and the messages that they want without listening to their market at all. That's like if I just started like selling knives for $1,000 a piece and they're like completely a different model. And then when people complain like, why don't you make wickets anymore for $180? I say, because you're dumb and have bad taste. That's pretty much what Disney's approach was to everything.
Wow.
It's like it's also like every freaking video game adaptation that was ever made into a movie, right? Like, people like the game, and the reason why people typically like the game is because the game had an awesome storyline. So just make the movie about the fucking game and stop adding your own like fucking artisanal director's bullshit to it that you think that people want, because there's never been a video game adaptation that completely changed the story that the fans walk out like, hey, that was really good. No, it fucking sucked. Stop.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like stay with what works. Like, it's not like why I still make a shit ton of wickets because people want wickets. Like,
woo! I accidentally pushed the wrong button asking questions. You guys got really worked up. You're like, ah!
it's very easy, Heather. If you haven't noticed, press the button. It has that activation. And to be fair, I started it by bringing up Order 66 because of Nick's. See, we can tie it somehow back into what we were actually talking about because of Nick's magazine, which is going to be number 66. So, yeah, we tied it all. We brought it all back. Fuck you, Disney.
Yeah. Anyway.
Stop ruining my movies.
We didn't have anything specific to touch on today, so it's all right. I mean,
everybody got that's. I think that's valuable. And you know what, guys? I want to hear your opinions. Tell me about how you feel about Disney and
Star
movies
Wars?
And video game adaptations. And I really want to know how you feel about episodes 7, 8, and 9, so I know who to block. And
is that a reflection on us though? If they're listening to our podcast and they like those movies, does that mean their poor taste also reflects on us?
No.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
No.
I don't.
I'm awesome. I mean, you guys are awesome. So who wouldn't want to listen to us?
It can't be us. It's got to be them.
It's got to be you.
Perfect. By the way, Heather, your mug, it looks like on the screen, eat a bag of ducks.
Yes,
because it's hard to see the little dot there for the eye, so it looks like
that's
a U.
Probably okay.
Eat a bag of ducks.
Probably okay. Oh, it's a good mug. I like that mug.
I got some fresh new mugs that are slightly inappropriate for Christmas. Those will be here soon. I mean, like I'll have to remember to use them. Just what I started with this morning. So on the next podcast, I'll do the inappropriate birds.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I know, right?
I just got inappropriate birds.
There's some boobies and some.
Whoa.
I thought we were trying to be less explicit on this podcast.
Yeah, you know,
the birds.
So guys,
the birds are called boobies.
Okay.
I swear.
All right, Evan.
So we had this idea that, like, you know, maybe if like we cursed less and shit, like, you know, like the algorithms would favor us and like get us out to more whatevers. I tried. It doesn't work.
It's hard.
Oh, nobody gave me the memo. What were we supposed to?
We don't have to worry about giving you that memo, Heather. Are you serious?
Heather, on average, like curses once per podcast, whereas like me and Tom are like, fuckity fuck.
I save it so it's effective, right? If I cursed all the time when I said it, it wouldn't have as much impact. So I save it for special occasions.
It's just because you're not from the Northeast.
That's where tone matters, though, Heather.
Yeah.
It's how you say it. Inflection.
Inflection.
Like when you're saying fucky, fuck, it doesn't really mean anything. But, you know, when you're knife handing somebody, say, you listen here, you little fuck. That is the inflection.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know if I've ever said that to anybody.
Oh, I've said it a couple times.
Yeah. Save it for a special occasion. I'm telling you. It'll come in appropriately at some point.
I don't know if I want to be there for when you have to break that out.
So we're talking we're talking about stuff. We're playing games for my birthday, and I look at my brother because I don't even remember what he said. He's like, "Oh, that mom glare still works really well." And I was like, I've been practicing it since I was 18. Thank you. Like, I didn't realize I had to stop you in your tracks, glare, but apparently I do.
It's like an innate mom skill that all moms develop.
Yes, it is. It's like I can actually see what's behind my head and hear things in the other room.
It's like the dad voice, you know?
Yeah.
Like I get the dad voice when I talk to my kids sometimes. I'm like, oh, you're doing the dad voice. I'm like, I'm sorry.
No, you're not. It's there for a reason. It means pay attention. This is serious.
Yes.
I never last for very long when I'm serious.
No, it's fine. So, I don't know. What the hell else is going on in my life? I'm trying to think.
You're freezing outside.
It's cold, man. And, you know, I got to tell you, as an outdoors guy, right, I got a pretty thick skin when it comes to, like, wanting to get outside and dealing with the cold and shit. But when it is -5 and...
Oh, that's what it's 20, at your house?
Not right now, but yesterday. Yeah, when I got up yesterday, it was a -5 to start. And then I think we got up to a balmy, like, 9 or 10 degrees at some point throughout the day.
We were at 2 this morning, and that's warm for this week.
Yeah. 2? We're at 25. Yeah. And I'm cold. You know, I got the fire going, extra heaters on.
But it's, you know, it's kind of crazy how, like, your body acclimates to the weather, right? Mm-hmm. So I went out before to take out the trash because the trash gets picked up today. And it was like 15 or 16 degrees and the sun was shining. I was like, oh, man, it's nice out. I had a t-shirt on. I was like, oh, this isn't bad. I'm like, oh, it's fucking 16 degrees. But, you know, when you go from -5 to 16, right, like, it's not.
There's not much of a feel difference, though, from, like, in my opinion, from, like, 15 and then below 15. Unless there's wind, I don't really, like, when it was negative, like, I think it was, like, the lowest guys, like, -7 up here. And I was outside with Penny and Lou first thing in the morning, and I'm like, this just feels cold. It's not like it feels like -7 cold. But after it hits 15 degrees, it's like, yeah, it's just fucking cold. You're just going to be cold.
Yeah. I think the sunshine gives you the impression that it's warmer. So if it's really cold and sunny out, my brain thinks it's warmer than it is.
Well, you do. I mean, you do get a degree of, like, warmth, right, off the sunlight, which is big. I mean,
yeah, if it's sunny out,
a little bit of not being depressed about your situation too.
Yeah, you know, that's too. It's, you know, it's like you don't get a lot of sunlight, and it's cold, and it's windy. Like, I don't know by Tom, but here it's like the wind is just constant in the winter. It's always windy. So every time you walk outside, it's just there's freaking wind, and you got gloves and hats and parkas and scarves, you know, everything. You're just like, why do I want to do this? I don't want to be outside. So I do
kind of like it, though, in a sick, twisted way. I like the cold.
No, I mean, I do. I love the cold, but there's a level of cold that I, you know, am willing to deal with. And it could be like 5 degrees out. As long as there's no wind, I'm fine.
Well, I'm pretty sure there's like a saying there's nothing as too cold, just improperly dressed people. Like, because your layers do matter a lot.
100%. But
I could be sitting in the lake ice fishing all day long and be happier than a bullshitter and shit. But like,
Shit, I don't think I've ever heard that before.
Well, that's what Heather said. They just swim in their own bullshit.
Yeah.
But I could be fine in those layers all day long out there in the cold, unless like my hands are getting soaked and stuff like that. But then it's like if I'm out there in the wrong clothes, yeah, I'm going to be feeling it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 100%. I mean, I basically come to this point of the year, like I just always have a wool base layer on, like constantly, just
Pussy.
always. No, man, it works. It keeps me warm. And and honestly, guys, like you gotta know it's cold when your teenage daughter is actually leaving the house with a coat.
That is a good sign. Yeah, definitely.
Because anything above 30, she's like, I don't need this. That's so embarrassing. No one wears coats.
Being warm is embarrassing.
Well, I didn't believe her. I said, who's going? Everyone's got a coat. And then, I had to take her to the school. This was, I think, last year, for some school trip or whatever. And we pull up to the, where the buses are picking the kids up, and there's not a single kid with a freaking coat on. They got hoodies, like they got a hoodie.
They got hormones, man. They're just running hot all the time.
And they're just, and it's like, I don't know, it was like 17 degrees out that morning. I was like, none of these kids have coats. Yeah. My daughter's like, I'm not taking it. I'm like, just put it in your bag, take it. Like,
yeah, because when they are cold, they want it. No, when my youngest never wore a coat, but then we went up to Leavenworth, which is like a Christmas town around here up in the mountain, and it was down to 2 degrees. He wanted a coat then, finally. I was like, oh, okay. No. Single digits is when you're actually cold.
That's where we draw the line.
He's like, do you have extra gloves, Mom? You got a hat? I froze. He was warm. But, that's what moms do. But, it's like, for me, it drives me crazy. Like, being a preparedness-minded person. Like, I get it. Like, you're not going to get sick if you run from the car to your school or whatever it is, in the cold, right? But, like, what if the car breaks down and you got to be on foot or you're stuck somewhere? It's like, you got to have this stuff. And I think people, especially young people, because they're young, but I think people in general just, like, don't understand how quickly the cold can kill you if you're not properly, like, prepared for that.
Yeah. I mean, I completely agree. But I leave the house right now during this season, and if I'm not wearing it, I just bring it all in a bag just in case the car breaks down or slides off the road. Or exactly. I would rather have it. I'm always thinking, what if I have to walk home? Like, I want to wear my Crocs out of the house, but I don't wear my Crocs out of the house because what if I gotta walk home in the cold?
So I still wear my Crocs out of the house because my wife got me these like fuzzy lined
you got the winter Crocs. Got it.
Yeah, they're winter Crocs. I know Tom's just shaking his head, but I do keep a pair of boots in the car if I'm wearing the Crocs.
Right. You feel better as a person knowing if something happens, you're prepared.
See, Heather's a prepper. Look at you.
I do.
Going out dressed as an adult, Nick, not wearing fuzzy Crocs in the winter.
Whatever, man. They're comfortable.
Maybe when you get your wool wife beater, it'll be different. I can't wait to see you in your fuzzy Crocs and your wool wife beater. Maybe that's how you'll end up on the cover of Recoil with your wool wife beater, and you'll talk about winter base layers.
Oh my god! Yeah, I mean, Patrick would probably be okay with the wife beater, but like Patrick,
you got to make sure you have like your big Italian horn necklace as well, just so everybody really knows.
I don't have one of those.
You're gonna have to get one just for the photo shoot. Just so everybody knows.
What the hell is an Italian horn necklace?
It looks like a little sperm on a necklace. That's what it looks like.
It's it's kind of like I don't know what animal it actually comes from, but it's like a spiral kind of horn that a lot of Italian people wear. That I honestly don't even know the significance behind.
Maybe it represents fertility.
I don't know.
That's what it looks like. It's very, very sperm-like.
It's very
So if I Google Italian horn necklace, what's gonna come up?
I'm sure you'll find it, but then you're gonna start getting like ads for like pizza places and stuff like that.
All right, I'll just keep an eye out for a sperm.
Also, would you like to buy 25 pounds of gabagool with this necklace?
I don't even know what that is, so no. What the hell is gabagool? You guys are just throwing all kinds of things at me today.
It is a cured meat product that usually comes in either mild or spicy. It's
actually like capicola. No.
Yes, it's spelled like if you spelled it, it's capicola.
But if you say it, it's gooble gobble.
It's
gabagool.
Which honestly, and it's not even really how Italian people say it. It's just how like Italian people from Brooklyn say it. But
okay, all right.
But years ago for Halloween, I was a gabagool for Halloween, like a ghoul. I basically was just wearing a pinstripe suit, and I thought it was funny.
I was envisioning you as some sort of sausage, and that wasn't.
I was thinking you were going to wear a sheet that looked like a deli meat over your head and be like a ghost that also was a deli meat.
No.
Ghoul?
That would have been a good gabagool.
Yeah, but anyway, Heather, if you've never had it, you don't know what you're missing. As long as you don't mind salt, because all Italian deli meats are just super high in salt. Um,
I don't know. We
but
don't
yeah,
eat a lot of salt, but I'm not against salt. That just isn't heavy in our family. So, yeah. Yeah.
It
are you?
helps
Are
with your
you?
blood pressure by raising it.
Yes, it does. It does raise your
It
blood
Yes,
raises
pressure.
you
your.
really you want to have a high blood pressure, but you want to get the highest scores. That's what the doctors say.
That's why
So
You should
I
have those
know.
throughout the
if you
bowl.
wonder why me and Tom are high strung all the time,
It's the salt.
all the gabagool.
Yeah. Well, you can actually be too low in salt too. That's what my mom got told. She didn't have enough salt. And I was like, I didn't know you could
That's
go
why
the
you
other
guys are so
direction.
nice. You guys aren't salty like us.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
it. I just haven't consumed enough salt to be salty.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Mhm,
too funny.
mhm. So I don't even. How the hell did we even get here?
I got into wool wife beater
Oh,
and cold weather layering.
oh my god. Yeah. So I mean, so if you're listening and or watching, if you're doing them both at the same time, like thank you, that's a super fan. But if if you're doing either of those things, make sure you check out last week's episode. We had John from Badger Claw, and it was a good time. And there's a little more, I guess, insight into wool wife beaters on that episode.
It's good to have some mystery out there in the world, Nick.
Yeah.
It's good to have
Yeah.
mystery. Don't show your cards all at once.
Well, I'm not. I'm just telling people to go
Hey, do you
listen to
guys
the last
gamble?
episode.
Do you guys
No.
play
No.
poker?
No.
Just
No.
poker with friends? No. Oh, okay.
No.
No.
All right.
I have zero time for it and nor care. I also am very good at spending my money already. I don't need stupid ways to spend my money. I've never been into gambling anyway. It's just like, I don't know. I've got enough vices. I don't need another one.
I don't play poker now too, but as a youngster, our friends used to put together like Texas Hold'em games. So that just made me, think of cards. Made me think of poker.
So you're a card shark too?
No, I'm terrible at it. People can totally read what my cards are. I'm
That's
terrible
that-
at
That's how
it.
she's playing everybody right now.
That's what she says. That's what she
Yeah.
says. Until she
Oh,
gets you in
this
that,
little old game I haven't played since I was a kid. Guess
in that
what?
high
Take a
stakes
hand.
game.
We
Yeah.
play canasta here. Me and my mom play canasta, and I like to play cribbage with Todd. Those are the card games that I like. Do you guys know what
No.
either of those are either?
No,
No.
I've heard of canasta, but I don't know anything
Well,
about
Todd calls it Satan's game, so that would tell you how much you'd like it.
Is it like Monopoly where you flip the board halfway through it?
It just takes strategy and thinking, and there are some rules. That's all.
That's
Okay.
it?
That's all.
That's it.
There's a
Oh,
lot of
you
cards.
have me not sold.
it. Yeah.
Each hand has 15 cards, so you have to play with 15 cards. It's a lot of cards to hold.
Seems like a lot of card songs.
It's a lot of cards. Yeah. Anyway, a lot more complicated than poker.
I don't know. The closest
You
I
guys
get
don't play
to
it.
playing cards is war with my kids. Like every once in a while, Uno.
Okay,
Uno's
I
a
like
good one.
Uno. I like Uno. Yeah,
It's a good
Skippo.
one.
I like Skippo.
I don't
I
know
like
that.
games, so I'd probably be the person that would be like, "All right, that sounds like fun." Yeah.
I like sleep. So if I have
Yeah.
free time, I
So
wanna
if you
sleep.
turn off the TV and the telephone, families play games together. Did you guys know that?
You don't just like sit around eating a piece of bark or something?
No, you play
Oh.
games together.
Oh, interesting.
Okay, you guys just look so bewildered. You
guys
don't do that.
we
To
eat
be
gabagool
fair,
together.
I have been reading more books recently.
Are they
Yes.
fun books or educational books?
They're educational books.
What are you learning about?
I don't have time for fun, Heather. Are you fucking kidding me?
You were working on it. You were working on it.
To be fair, I am going ice fishing all
Yeah, I was
weekend,
just
and
about
I'm
to say.
pushing the drop back next week because even this whole week, I was like, talking with Lauren about this. I'm like, how I was just saying before, like, I'm not supposed to be killing myself and I want to go do more fun things. I'm back into killing myself after like 2 weeks. So we need to stop that because I was like, and we're going ice fishing with a bunch of my buddies this week. So that's going to be fun this weekend. And I'm reading a book that was actually John's recommendation called Influence, which is very interesting because it's a book on like marketing and how to influence people and everything else and the psychology behind all of it.
Yeah.
And it's like, even if you're not running a business, it's interesting because then you see how people try to pull this shit on you. And it would make you a more educated consumer into the tactics that people do employ. And I'm not saying that as like, being like, oh, well, this is how you get leverage on people. But it is smart to know how to sell your product and why things sell and why people react to things, certainly. Like one thing that the first chapter, they covered like pricing, which I think so many people miss the mark on and don't understand like the psychology behind all of it. And one of the stories you brought up was a lady who owns a jewelry shop, and this one set of jewelry, like this turquoise set or whatever, wouldn't sell. And she tried putting it on sale, tried doing all these other things, tried making a display for it, wouldn't sell. And then she ended up leaving a note for her employee to mark it as half off and just leave it as half off. And she left for the day. And then the employee accidentally made it double the price, and it sold. It all of them sold. And it's like, but he was talking about how it gives like that kind of like people think you're getting what you pay for kind of thing. And if they see that it's expensive and it's got its own little case and everything, it must be desirable. And you play those little games with people and stuff. And there's way more than just that, which is why I find it very interesting to read, because it's like, for me to help out with the business and marketing my own product on top of understanding how these things work and how you get sold to and how to like not buy bullshit.
Yeah, no, and I think it evens the playing field, right? Because I think there are a lot of tactics that I completely don't agree with, and I don't want to be that kind of person, but I do like to know how things work and the people that have studied it and like the pricing. That's always very interesting to me, that people value something based on its price, and if it's too cheap, they don't value it, right? Like, it's all very, very interesting, the science behind it. But yeah, that's the kind of stuff I read. I'm reading Day Trading Attention by Gary Vanderchuk, and that's very interesting.
All you have to do is follow the politicians. They're the best day traders out there. Yeah, somehow they're all better than Warren Buffett. That's my advice.
I mean, it's the only place that you can actually get away with insider trading. Imagine that.
Yeah.
All right, we got dark.
So I'm glad you're learning. That's great.
One thing I also like about this thing too is, like I said, it teaches you the tricks and stuff. And this is one thing I've just always inherently done, especially after being a cop. I don't take nothing. I don't like to take anything for free. Heather, you're a pain in the ass when it comes to this, because I ask you to make me something. I tell you I'll give you money, and then it's in the mail at my house. I'm like, God damn it, Heather. Now I'm on Heather's take. She's like, hey, Tom, I got an issue with that guy over there. Go handle him. I'm like, damn it, you gave me that one wax canvas cover thing a while ago.
You guys know what? This is one of the weird things is I don't keep score. I don't.
That's what you said. Just like you're bad at poker.
I don't ever do anything in expectations of something in return. I don't keep score. It's too hard. I wouldn't do it. I'm just saying. I know you guys don't look at me like you don't believe me, but I don't know who I've given.
I absolutely.
Well, that's exactly what that chapter was talking about. How people do keep score.
Yeah, a lot of people do keep score. I don't. I don't see the point. If I'm going to do something, it's out of the generosity of my heart, because I want you to have something, or I want to do something for you because it's the right thing to do and it makes me feel good.
Interesting. Anyway. I still think I'm on the take. And one day you're going to call in a favor, like pull out the John Wick gold coin and be like, this guy needs to be taken out.
I know a guy.
As she sips her coffee deviously.
Yes. That says eat a bag of dicks.
Come on, it makes you laugh every time, doesn't it?
It
makes
does.
me laugh. I love it. I think I should I didn't make this one, but I kind of want to make my own with like the Death Bunny or, just because it makes me laugh.
P&W Bushcraft the mug.
Yeah.
I feel like I need that.
I don't think it needs
merchandising.
Merchandising.
We got lots of movie references in this one today.
Death Bunny toilet paper.
I don't know what that reference that was either.
Spaceballs?
Really? Spaceballs?
Oh, okay, I know
come
Spaceballs.
on,
No,
Heather.
I've seen Spaceballs a few times. I was going
to say, you haven't seen all the Star Wars, but at least you see Spaceballs.
I saw Star Wars, the good ones.
The good ones, okay. You didn't torture yourself like we do?
This is why Heather's not getting blocked at the end of the podcast.
It's funny because we know these things are going to be shit. We've heard they're shit, but then we watch them anyway just to get angry at them.
Yeah,
it's terrible. Where Heather's like, no, it's not good. I don't want to watch it.
Well, it's like those train wreck movies. Like, I watch I'm a big horror movie fan, right? And I watch a lot of really shitty horror movies.
They're the best.
And I get into it, and I know it's going to be a bad movie. Like, it's a B movie. The special effects are going to be terrible. The acting is going to be even worse. The camera is going to be shaking. Like, I know it's going to suck, but you can't look away. It's like,
but those are funny because of how bad they are. Like, that's their selling point. Like Sharknadoes and stuff like that.
Oh my God, yes.
Like, come on.
Oh my God, guys are so bad. No, if it's bad, I turn it off. If the book isn't good, I stop reading it. I have that control.
If I don't enjoy the book, I have
What a waste of a good opportunity to get mad at something.
Hence the low blood pressure.
Yeah. It's like, I don't know how you people live your lives anyway. So when Heather's attending each of our funerals because we're high strung.
Well, actually, women just live longer. So it probably should even out since I'm older than you guys, but women do just live longer. It's science.
That's true. Into science.
We're kind of stubborn. I was literally at my chiropractor today. He's like, "You need to come here more regularly." I'm like, "Yeah, I got it." He's like, "God damn it," because he knows that by me saying, "Yeah, I got it," it's like I'll see you another 6 months, you idiot.
Yeah,
I've never been to a chiropractor. Do you enjoy it?
I mean, I don't enjoy it, but it helps out a lot.
Oh, okay. Ouch. All right.
It's because my back gets all jacked up from standing in the shop and looking down, and also all my other years of doing stupid, terrible things to my body, and thinking I'm invincible, and now understanding that I am still invincible. Just things hurt.
True.
Apparently, you can still be invincible, but still have a lot of pain.
Yeah.
But like something with my neck, I'm always looking down at belt grinders and tools or on the workbench, so like my neck gets kinked and actually causes my arm to go numb a little bit because it's pinching a nerve, like a bulged disc back in there. So I should be doing like yoga and stretching and all these other things, and I don't because I'm bad.
But way to own it. You're like, I just don't.
The same thing with like my lower back, where it's like I was told Nick this earlier in the week. My back was hurting because there's been a lot of long days in the shop, standing with bad posture. And then I'm like, all right, I could get by with this. And then I slipped in my shed and landed right on my back. I'm like, yep, no, this is now having to go see Dr. Main again because, and he just, what he'll do is he'll get me back to like where I'll be like barely on the line. He'll get me back to like 80%. And he's like, you could get to 100 if you just took care of yourself. I'm like, God, he's good.
Did he suggest a brace so that your posture's better?
No, he suggested like stretching and taking care of myself and not working 12 hours a day.
Okay, all right, all right, I get it.
I actually it was funny, I used to be in a back brace all throughout high school, which I completely forgot about. And I probably should tell my chiropractor that because it's probably helpful information for him. But I had scoliosis when I was younger, so actually I was in a back brace for a while. Now it just makes you remember these things. Like, oh, that's probably why your back hurts all the time, you dummy.
Yeah.
And I chose a career field that's going to be very active and standing on my feet the whole time, so always making good decisions.
Yeah, definitely. Poor Tom.
That's
Take care of yourself.
Please do take care of yourself.
Don't tell me what to do. No, I'm not going to do that.
Right. Don't take care of yourself.
Don't take care of yourself.
I'm not going to do that either. I'm going to just do whatever I want.
Okay. Do what I want. Oh, Lord. Well. All right. Well, listen, we've ranted and raved about a lot of things today. And I hope that you all have enjoyed our ranting and raves about a lot of things today. We have this on YouTube, and we have this on Spotify, and we have this on everywhere else that you can find podcasts. So listen to this episode and all the other episodes on the links. We are now below.
Listen to this episode. They would have to already be listening to get to this part.
Listen to it twice. It's great for my algorithm. Come on. Anyway, this is why Heather does the outros. But seriously, though, there's actually links below now. I figured out the magic that makes that work. And you can click it, and you can see our Patreon, and you can see all of our websites and all the stuff. So if you like what it is that we do here, you can support us on Patreon. If you like what we do here, but you don't want to support us on Patreon, you can buy crap from them. Not crap. Their stuff is awesome, but you can buy stuff from them.
I was like, where are you going with this, Nick?
Yeah, I like Heather's outros better. Yeah, Heather, you can redo the outro.
You can buy Heather's stuff. You can buy Tom's stuff. They both make really great stuff, obviously. And or you can, like pick up an issue of the magazine, which is also linked there. So that's it. That's all I got. So Heather, you could do the regular outro. So
thank you. I'm very excited, you guys. We are going to be having new music for our intro and outro. So hopefully on the next episode, you guys can let us know what you think. I don't know if it'll matter, but you can tell us what you think. And
tell Nick and Heather.
We really appreciate you guys listening. Please check out our Patreon. It is Raise the Flag Podcast. And please comment and share with your friends. Share on your Facebook, share on your YouTube. We appreciate the support. And if you ever want to ask us questions, send them in. We would love to answer questions you guys have. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Tom doesn't want to answer questions. But...
Join Patreon. Stop being a bunch of freeloaders.
Yeah. I'm going to listen to these guys rant about Star Wars and shit. All right, bye, guys. Have a good one.
Bye. You bunch of freeloaders.